I'm here to talk to you about my hysteroscopy and my experience, um, how and why I needed to get it. I'm going to get to the bottom of my story. I hope it helps and gives a lot of women information what they need. So, I may not look like everybody else. I'm an albino, but let's talk about I'm kind of like embarrassed the way I look. Anyway, so information, hysteroscopy. When the doctor told me I needed a hysteroscopy, the reason is because my story begins like this. For a long time, I had periods that were normal. I had painful periods, but starting 2018, maybe say 21, my cramps slipped aside a little, but I always had periods that were normal, came on time, gone on time. They lasted for 4 days. So in October, I think it was November is when I got my period. I stopped having, no, I didn't have any no temper fits, nothing like PMSing or anything like that. It went away when I got older, which I'm 47. No hot flashes, nothing. It just came. Okay, so I it wasn't so bad that it leaked on my underwear. So December, I started having spotting. And when I wiped, I found blood in the urine. Didn't think anything of it. And then I started bleeding. I ignored it. I started bleeding. And if I ate French fries from Arby's, it got worse. Um, I don't have any milk or any animals. I'm totally veggie. So I started bleeding really bad, and I went into 8 bags of Maxie's big ones. And I said, maybe I need to get an OBG's white attention. I called my OBGYN. They told me she'd already left. So they sent me to one that understood me, my problem. We spoke the same language, came from the same country. As soon as I met him, before I even met him, I knew he was going to be a good OBGYN for me. So that's my cat talking on the side, Jamal. So I told him I'm having some bleeding and it won't stop. So can you give me something to stop the bleeding? Give me some help. Give me some. This OBGYN, he's a very young man, and I'm in Alexandria, Virginia. I live here. And he said, listen, I cannot see. I came in for an ultrasound, and he said, I can't see anything because you're bleeding really bad. You got a lot of, some, what are they, clots, blood clots. And by the way, the smell, that it was not even a normal smell. You know how you smell your own smell. And during that process of this bleeding, I knew it could be cancer. So he said, come back for a hysteroscopy. I was so worried about this hysteroscopy because the littlest pains bother me. I can't handle it. So I said, give me 10 milligrams muscle relaxer. He gave me whatever I desired, whatever medication made I wanted. He didn't even say no to me. So I took that, didn't help, it didn't do anything to me. He gave me 2. I used one the day before I went because I was cramping. It didn't do anything. So I'm like, okay, great. Went into the office, had it done, It was cramping. It was like, it felt like a cramp, but not period cramp. It was sharp, very small. It's not something you would worry about because he sprays you. It's not necessary to be put down, he said. Oh, I'm like, ow, ow. And I'm like, I'm breathing and saying, ow. And he's like, okay, so talk to me about these readings that you do, trying to keep me busy. But he really didn't want to talk because he needed to concentrate. I'm like, are you done yet? It was very uncomfortable, but it's nothing to be alarming. It was done, and I was so proud that I was able to take that much pain. But they numb it for you. So he says, well, I am not sure, but I do see some polyps. And that's why you're bleeding. I'm not really sure about what it is, really. 2 things he told me. He's going to get the results in 2 weeks. That's the 27th of this month, which is December 2021, after Christmas. And so I can't wait to find out what it is. But with me, it was like, I'm definitely going to come back and let you know. I always said it would never happen to me. I would never bleed. I would never have these problems. I would never have a camera go up me. I would never have cramping. It would never happen. Never, never, never. And then comes November, December. I'm like, yeah, it passed good. When I got my periods, let me tell you, there were a lot of bad things I experienced. But when I started taking the vitamin D3, which it's a green pill. You're not supposed to take it every day, but I took it every day before my period. And why I took it, because I get lightheaded. Even though I didn't have heavy periods, I'd get dizzy, I'd get lightheaded, I wouldn't want to eat anything. I felt really off balance. So the last few months I had it, I was okay because of the the D3. So I didn't think it would happen to me, but it did. I was bleeding like a river. Anything I ate made it worse. My favorite food was fries. Can't have that, only in home. So, in the next video, I will let you know my diagnosis, and if I have to have surgery, I will walk you through that to let you know how that went. So if you're going to have that same exact cert, you'll know it's okay. I'm a strong fighter anyway. See you in the next video.